George Tyree Fleming became known to most of you as a football star at the University of Washington and then later as a 22-year stalwart in the Washington State Legislature. Born in Dallas, Texas in 1938, George's mother, Mabel Jean Jackson Fleming, was a brilliant woman who instilled the ethics of hard work and gentlemanly behavior into her son. George was a tremendous athlete in high school, and after a short stint at a Los Angeles community college, pursued his lifelong dream of playing in the Rose Bowl by attending and playing football at the University of Washington.
Washington flanks and balances the left-hand side. 3 first downs for Utah, 1 for Washington on that penalty. Touchdown! Fleming, usually moves man out to defend against him. Here's Florette firing to the short man. A great catch as he gets down and touchdown! That's Fleming. Jim Everett will hold. George Fleming will try. It'll be about a 43-yard kick. There it is, and cut! They call their swing two, unbalanced to the right-hand side, and a halfback slip. The ball is down on the Idaho 25. We're still in the ball game. 11:29 left to play in the first quarter. There's your swing. Touchdown! George Fleming. Johnson has another chance. Bakken punting. The last play of the first quarter. George Fleming back. Ball bounces around. Fleming takes it on his 47. And watch this thriller as Fleming literally runs over, around, and through the entire...
George did achieve his dream of playing in the Rose Bowl. With Husky quarterback Bob Schlereth, he was named the 1960 Rose Bowl MVP, and in beating number 1 ranked Wisconsin, joined his team as the first University of Washington team recognized as national champions. He graduated from the UW with a Bachelor of Arts degree in Business Administration. After a brief professional football career playing for the Oakland Raiders and then the Winnipeg Blue Bombers of the Canadian Football League, he returned to Seattle and began his life in community service. In 1968, he was elected to the Washington State House of Representatives. In doing so, he was one of the first African-American representatives in the Washington legislature. In 1970, he was elected to the Washington State Senate. While in the Senate, he served as vice chair of the Democratic caucus from 1973 to 1980, and as caucus chairman from 1980 to 1988. During his time in office, Senator Fleming sponsored legislation to defend the rights of women, minorities, senior citizens, and children. He also worked hard to improve the economic picture, the educational system, and the overall quality of life for the 37th District of the state of Washington. His accomplishments also include the establishment of the Office of Women and Minority Business Enterprise, which provides the opportunity for women and minorities to receive millions of dollars every year in state contracts. The establishment of the Housing Finance Commission, which enables many first-time home buyers and low-income residents to buy a place of their own. He also spearheaded the MESA program, a high-tech achievement program for minorities and women. This program channels thousands of area youth into math, engineering, and science careers. Senator Fleming also sponsored successful legislation for the Senior Citizens Service Act, the Nursing Home Care Standards Act, as well as the state's Council on Aging. Washington's homeless benefited from millions of dollars included in the state budget for shelter, food, clothing, and health care, thanks to an amendment to the budget introduced by Senator Fleming. In addition, Senator Fleming was a tireless advocate for a state Martin Luther King holiday, control of illicit drugs, improvements in the quality of education, small business, and economic development, as well as civil rights. He retired from the legislature in 1991 after 22 years of service to the people of the state of Washington. Senator Fleming provided the foundation for many of Washington's future leaders, employing on his staff, amongst others, Nate Miles, Ron Sims, and Gary Locke. After leaving the legislature, Senator Fleming worked for King County and then the Seattle School District. While this is just a small sample of his achievements, it is a record from which anyone would take great pride. George Fleming was inducted into the University of Washington Husky Hall of Fame in 1980, and later honored as a Husky legend in 1998. He was named to the Rose Bowl Hall of Fame January 2, 2012. In 2009, he recorded this University of Washington television commercial.
I'm George Fleming, a University of Washington graduate and a former Washington State Senator. I dreamed about playing in the Rose Bowl ever since I was 11 years old. We had to be physically and mentally tough, and to be in the state legislature for 22 years, you have to be mentally tough if you're going to be successful. The University of Washington played a major role in putting me in a position to be able to take those challenges on.
George and his wife Tina have 2 daughters, Sonia and Yimmy, and their sons-in-law Michael and Rodney, as well as 5 grandchildren, all of whom reside in and around Seattle. He is always there for us. More than anything, we take great pride in calling him Dad and Grandpa.